Good evening, it's the Romany Rye. I'll tell you a little bit of a lighter story tonight, a bit lighthearted. When I had all the trouble, me and Uncle Harry, my father's brother, used to do a bit together, off and on. That's when I had me Lorry. Anyway, we gets a load of metal together, and off we goes, George Turner's. Uncle Harry being Uncle Harry, he's like my grandfather really. Talk to anybody and get right into him. Anyway, while we was in there, I was seeing to the unloading as per normal, and he's chatting away. Anyway, in comes this old mush into Turner's with an old Bedford CA truck loaded with lead. And you've got to know Uncle Harry to know what he's like. And he was saying to much, back up over here, blah, blah, blah. And old Carl was there laughing at him. That was the phone. Anyway, I unloaded. And I had to wait my turn to go in and see Mr. Turner now to get me a bit of love. So Uncle Harry's out there chatting to this mush. So the mush seen we had an Lorry, see. So he said, do you do yard clearance to Uncle Harry? Yeah, he said, that's what we do. We do anything. He said, well, I live just over the bridge. So that, he said. I got a scaffold and builder's yard over there. I've packed up. He said, and I got to clear it out. Would you be interested in giving me a price? Yeah, he said. He said, we'll follow you back. Anyway, he went in, got paid. He's out in the lorry, sitting there. Out drives the mush now with his old truck. I was interested in the old truck, see. So, follows him back. Mush been doing no more than about 30 miles an hour. Follows him back. And he pulls up outside this yard. So he opens the gate, he goes in behind and see. There the yard is full. No question about it. Long lengths of scaffold pipe, short lengths, scaffold clips, sash weights, roofing tiles, old cement mixers, old rollers, you name it was in this yard. So he said, I got to clear this yard out. He said, what do you think it would cost? I'm glad he's nudging me now. So we'll have a look around. Anyway, I had a look around. I said, I don't suppose you'd be interested in selling that truck. He said, tell you the truth. He said, I've given my son the truck. He said, and that's the only thing he wants. He wants the old truck. He said he was never interested in the business. He said, and I'm too old now to carry on. So I shut it all down. He said, I've been like this probably for 10 years. He said, now I've decided now I'm going to clear it out and sell the yard. Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, looks at the stuff. I'm saying, Uncle Harry, don't sting a Gary too much. Let's not be too greedy. He said, we've had a chat about it, he said. He said, you pay our expenses to come up. He said, because we're up and down all the time. He said, you pay our expenses to come up. He said, we'll clear the yard for the scrap. You would, he said. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do. Everything in this yard, he said, we'll empty the yard out and won't cost you a penny. He said, sounds like a fair deal to me, he said. I know the price of skips and all the rest of it, he said. I don't want to get involved in that. He said, and I can't do the work anyway. Shook the man's hand. Off he goes. Now we got to get back there quick, because I don't know about you traveling boys, but once you have a deal, you got to do it right there and then. Things can change even overnight. So he gets back home. I said, Gary, we got to go there tomorrow morning, miss. Yeah, he said. He said, we got anything to take up? I said, no. I said, don't worry about that. I said, we'll chuck the burning gear on. I said, away we go. Chuck the burning gear on. Away we goes. Gets back up there now. Mush is there waiting for us. He said, there's a couple of little things. He said, Uncle Larry said, before you start now, he said, don't start saying to us that there's stuff you want to keep. He said, because it is what it is, and that's the deal. I said, cacker mush. I said, what is it you want, Manson? He said, well, I wouldn't mind a couple of wheelbarrows over there. And I said, look, you pick up what you want. Don't worry about it. Uncle Larry's making faces at me now. So we loaded on. First thing we loaded on was the sash weights. Now my TK would carry 4-ton legal, just about. We loaded this lorry with these sash weights, and the lorry is right down on his helpers. I said, mush. I said, there's no fake no more on there. Anyway, we goes into George Turner, 5-ton. First load. So while we're in there, look again, see, the Baker brothers was in there. Now, they knew me grandfather for years. They was into demolition, scaffolding and roofing and stuff like that. They just salvage tiles and stuff. So, again, I goes up the top. Joe unloads me with the magnet. Anyway, didn't have to do no work. I comes back down and Gary said, Roger Baker there, he said, going to follow us back. I said, yeah, what's that for? He said, he's going to buy all the scaffolding. Oh, gets back there. Looks around. He said, I'll take all the scaffolding, all the clips. There was barrels and barrels of clips. Like big plastic tubs. He said, I'll take all the scaffolding, all the clips, they ladders. He said, and there's one or two other bits and pieces there, he said. Bits of like, there was some like trestles there. He said, all 8 trestles. Yeah, and Gary said. He said, I'll give you 1,500 quid for the lot. He said, but you'll have to load it on my lorry. He said, all we have to do is put a chain around it, a strap around it, you pick it up with your eye up, swing it across, and put it on my lorry. He said, that's right, Roger. Anyway, sold it to him. Now, still in this yard now, we got a load of gear. Whole cement mixers, a couple of like trench pump things, and over in the corner, there was a pile of galvanized. So, we were selling stuff in Reduced Market then, so there's good galvanized, new sheets. Never even had no holes in them. So I said, well, they got to go on. So we loaded Bakers and they went. And there was this galvanized. We had a lot of scaffold boards in mine, all for Reduced Market, because that's what we sold as well. On Friday morning on Reduced Market, me and Uncle Larry could go in there and take no exaggerating, 800 to $1,000 every Friday morning. They loved us in there. So we started. We put the scaffold boards on the bottom, and there was a good 2.5 ton of scaffold boards there. But we know what we was going to get for that because we sell. That's what we do. Loaded this galvanised on. Dory, as we was picking up the galvanised sheets now, right in the corner. I'll tell you who else was there in a minute as well. Right in the corner was a pile of lead. Well, 30 underweight, 10.5. But it had all solder joints on it. So I said to Gary, we've got to unload this now, some of this, because that lead got to go on the lorry. We can't leave that there tonight. Dory, the more we was pulling out, the more it was there. Then there was bucketfuls, builders' bucketfuls of brass, loaded gear. Anyway, we loads it all on the lorry to come home now. Got home, unloaded it all. Got to go again the next day now. Up we goes. Now, Uncle Harry says to me, we take the battery to start the spray up. I said, all right, much. Now, we're all for fun, we lot, when we get on these jobs. Bit of fun, see. So I knew that Mush told me there was a leaky hydraulic hose on this old bray. Anyway, puts the battery on, and I did. Pumps the diesel up, undoes the bleed screw. Loosen up. I said, push the lever again. 2 seconds, he started up. There's a cushy cover, he said, much diggity, and laughing, see. I said, turn it off, much. I said, all the oil's coming out. All right, turn it off. Gets hold of Roger. I said, Roger, where are we going to get a hydraulic hose anyway? He took the hose and come back with one. Put the hose on, he went. Oh, Gary said, there's a cushy cover, much. Puts the hose on, starts it up. Now he's going like this, chattering. I said, there's no hydraulic oil in much. I said, we're tin loads. I said, we never thought about oil. He said, what we can do? I said, I'll tell you what we do. I said, we'll put 5 gallons of water in the hydraulic tank. How much? He said, you paggering up. I said, no, he'll be right till we get home anyway. Already said, he's laughing now, see, watching me walk over to get the water. These aren't still sitting in the tractor, see. He's a trash to get off because he wants to drive this thing, see, more than Mandy. Now, it was like a Flintstone cab across the top. So I filled up, put the water in the hydraulic tank. Anyway, we starts him back up. And he pulls the lever and boy, he shoots right up in the air, see. So he's driving around the yard now, see. And what else was there, which we brought back? Don't know where they come from. There was a load of granite coins, about 2 foot square. And it made an arch. So he obviously took an arch out somewhere. So that had to go back. So he said, I'll pick up the stones a minute. I said, all right. Even the driver in now, like a mush, watching and laughing at me. Got a tub in his mouth like that, and he's all that on. He drives into this pile of stone, picks it up, see. Lovely job. Comes over to the lorry. He went high enough, see. So I said, up, take her up. When he pulled the lever to go up a bit more, the main hydraulic hose on the top of the system blew. And she come out in white milk. All over and completely saturated, see. And with the old brace, you couldn't get out. Because you got to put your leg over the gear stick to get out because you're jammed in there. You couldn't go nowhere. I said, turn it off, turn it off. Anyway, he turned it off. But that didn't do no good because there was no check valves. he just come down like that, slowly. But as he was coming down, the oil in the water was going up like a fountain, hitting the top of the canopy and coming right down on his head. He was covered in oil, and I was laughing at him, see, and he's getting more narter and narter. I said, there you go. That's what you get for driving the bray. Anyway, we left it and loaded up, cleared it all out anyway. And a couple of days later, we went back with, because, see, that's another thing when you think about it. Back then, you could remake the hoses yourself, the hydraulic hoses. You could unscrew the ends, provided you had the right size pipe, skin it off with a knife, push the sleeve on, and screw the pipe in, done. So that's what I did. I knew what size pipe it was. And the remakeable ends was already on the machine, so yeah, I made some up when I was up there. Anyway, took oil up, got him running, he was perfect. And E. Thomas brought him back for us. They was up there, to and fro, and they brought him back on a return load. We brought E home, and I think Martin Smith bought that off us. But he was a lovely old machine. No cushy really, but you know, as things go. But he was covered. He never stopped moaning. I said, you can't get in my lorry like that much. He said, what are you going to do? I said, you'll have to take your clothes off. Fuck that, he said, I ain't doing that. I said, well, you're going to have to. I said, take off all your top anyway. I had an old fleece jacket in the in the lorry. So I gave him the fleece jacket. And then I found an old half a tarpaulin sheet, put across my seats. I said, my lorry be covered in oil, man. Anyway, we laughed all the way home. But we had a real good deal that day, I'm telling you. We was up there, and then we found the lead and the brass. Yeah. But the old mush, to tell you the truth, the old fella, he was delighted at what we done. He said, I really am delighted. But it was where you was at the time, see? Bit of luck. So that's me and Uncle Harry with the hydraulic fluid. He thought he was so much driving his old bray. Anyway, it's coming up for 12 o'clock. I got to be in bed. So it's bye-bye now from the Romany Rye.